Hello, my name is Polygon, and I built this in response to seeing Vechz's latest test world. Basically what he had set up was a hopper clock, and then he had it rigged up to pistons, and what it did is it gave you a halo-based shield. So, what I did was create a vertical sort of tower version, and what I was trying to do was see if any way, shape, or form I can make it better than what he had set up. And I kind of succeeded. This is the first one I did. It's more like the original one he had, just kind of on top of each other. And he used cakes and a hopper and this comparator to basically move the pistons, and that's how he judged it. But with this thinking is, first this torch starts in here, and you have no shield. Oh, I have no shield. And your hearts don't regenerate because that was part of the test world video that I'll put a link to in the description. Or hopefully he'll accept this as a video response and then that'll happen. Anyways, the way I was thinking it could be set up is you can spawn mobs with custom position data. Like, even though the spawner's over there, the monster always spawns like right here. So what you could do for map making is, with this system, you can put a spawner at each of the intersections or whatever, and they will spawn an enemy with 0 health on each of these pressure plates. And because they'll have 0 health, they'll instantly die and just disappear. But because they'll step on the pressure plate, it'll trigger this little memory latch, and then the torch will move down to the next tier. And then, as you can see, my shield went up. And then, as you continue on through the map, then you will get to further intersections or whatever, and then you will have another spawner which will hit the next one, and then the torch will go all the way around and then down to the second layer. And then once it hits over there to the second command block, then your shield will get an upgrade, and now you have 4 instead too. And it does that for all of them going down. Well, for the way Vechz had it set up, you would have to go to every single one of the shrines, which means if someone like happened to skip an area, like they didn't notice it or for whatever reason, and they try to go to a harder area, then they could potentially lose out on the shield shrine or whatever that he was talking about. And that would be a problem, because eventually, you might end up missing that one area that seemed really hard, but then you wouldn't have the shield for the later areas. So, with this system, if you skip and go to a hard part of the map, and you manage to make it to the end where the shrine is, it'll spawn a mob on the exact tier that was made for that. And because that is a lit up torch, it will light up this set, and then that'll light up this set, and so on and so forth. So if you light up the bottom one, then it'll go all the way up to the top in a giant chain reaction. And basically your shield will get supercharged from like level 1, and you'll skip straight to level 3 if you skip to that part of the map. And the basic of what the shield does is, instead of your actual hearts taking damage, your shield takes damage. And that's helpful, because after a while, your shield can just recharge, as it basically instantly did when it hit the ground, because the torch happened to be about here. But yeah. Anyways, that's really all I had to say. I obviously don't do this very much, so that's why I kind of suck at it. I have it currently set to, I think, 10 seconds? We'll see in a second. 12. I have it set to 12 seconds. It's on a 12-second timer, and every 12 seconds your shield gets recharged. So you're fighting monsters, and then 12 seconds later, your shield is fully recharged. And then you can go back to fighting monsters, and yeah. The one he had set up, it was 20 seconds, but I just happened to make it smaller. But the cool thing with this is you could potentially just stack it up forever, really. You just have to make the timer slightly longer, so you can shift this over to the side, and then it'll ramp up diagonally, and you could have really infinite layers of shield. Well, not infinite because there's a top of the map, but you get the point. Anyways, I'm Polygon. This is the thing that I made based on the thing Vechz made, and bye. Yeah.